Most people don't go broke all at once. It happens slowly, quietly, invisibly. A slightly nicer apartment, a newer phone, more subscriptions, more things to maintain, more pressure to keep earning, just to protect a lifestyle that no longer even makes them happy. And one day, they realize they're making good money, but still living with constant financial anxiety. Meanwhile, someone earning half as much sleeps peacefully at night, no panic, no debt pressure, no desperate need to impress anyone. Because real financial stability has very little to do with looking rich, and everything to do with needing less. In this video, we're going to break down the minimalist money rules that quietly make ordinary people financially unbreakable. Most people think being broke comes from buying expensive things, but that's not the real problem. The real problem is what happens after the purchase, because every single thing you own keeps charging you. Not just financially, mentally too. That bigger apartment, now you feel the need to fill it. More furniture, more decoration, more subscriptions, more monthly expenses, that expensive car. It's not just the car payment, it's the insurance, the maintenance, the fuel, the stress of keeping up the lifestyle around it, and slowly, without noticing, your income stops building wealth. It starts maintaining stuff. That's why so many people make good money, but still feel financially trapped. Their lifestyle became too expensive to protect. And the strange part is, most of the things people buy only make them happy for a few days. After that, the excitement fades. But the bills stay. The pressure stays. The mental weight stays. Financially stable people understand something most people never realize. Every object has a hidden cost. It takes space, attention, energy, time, and sometimes freedom. So before they buy anything, they pause and ask, will this improve my life long term, or am I just buying a temporary emotional high? That one question alone can completely change your financial future. Modern life is built around one thing, keeping you consuming. Every app on your phone, every ad you scroll past, every influencer you watch is competing for your attention and your money. Because the economy profits when people stay dissatisfied, that's why you constantly feel like your life needs an upgrade. A better phone, a better car, a better body, a better apartment, a better version of yourself. And social media makes it worse. You're comparing your real life to someone else's highlight reel. People are financing lifestyles they can't afford just to look successful online. And the dangerous part is, it feels normal. Buy now. Pay later. One-click checkout. Same-day delivery. Modern spending has been designed to remove friction. They don't want you thinking. They want you reacting emotionally, impulsively. Because impulsive people are incredibly profitable, financially stable people understand this game. They know most purchases are emotional, not logical. Stress creates spending. Boredom creates spending. Insecurity creates spending. That's why emotionally disciplined people usually become financially stronger over time. Not because they never spend money, but because they stopped using spending as a form of emotional escape. And once you realize that, you stop asking, what do I want to buy? And you start asking, why do I suddenly feel the need to buy something at all? Most people think financial freedom comes from earning more. But in reality, it often comes from needing less, because the lower your lifestyle costs, the less pressure life has over you. That changes everything. A person who needs $8,000 a month just to survive can still feel financially terrified, making six figures. Meanwhile, someone living comfortably on $3,000 a month can feel calm, secure, and completely in control. Why? Because financial stress is not only about income, it's about dependency. The more expensive your lifestyle becomes, the more trapped you become. You tolerate jobs you hate. You stay in unhealthy environments. You panic when the economy slows down because your entire life depends on maintaining a very high burn rate. Minimalists reduce that pressure intentionally. They lower the number required to feel okay. And that creates something incredibly powerful: breathing room. Suddenly, a missed paycheck isn't a disaster. An emergency doesn't destroy you. You can invest more, save more. I think long term, that's how real wealth begins. Not with luxury, not with status, but with margin. And honestly, some of the calmest people financially don't look rich at all. They drive normal cars, wear simple clothes, live below their means. But behind the scenes, they have savings, investments, cash flow, freedom, because they understood one life-changing truth: the less money you need to impress people, the easier it becomes to build lasting wealth. One of the fastest ways to stay financially stuck is constantly upgrading your life. Not because your old things stopped working, but because you got bored of them. And modern culture encourages this constantly. Your phone is still perfectly fine, but suddenly, there's a newer version, a slightly better camera, a brighter screen, a different design. And now your current phone feels old, even though it still does everything you need. The same thing happens with cars, apartments, clothes, furniture. People upgrade long before necessity ever appears. And over time, these small upgrades quietly become lifestyle inflation. That's the trap most people never escape. Every raise becomes an excuse to spend more. Every success becomes a reason to increase expenses. But financially stable people think differently. When their income increases, their lifestyle stays relatively stable. Instead of upgrading everything around them, they upgrade their investments, their savings, their future, because they understand something powerful. A higher income does not automatically create wealth. A higher gap between income and expenses does. That gap is where freedom lives. That gap is where investing happens. That gap is where financial independence begins. And honestly, most people who look wealthy are simply spending future freedom to create present appearance. Minimalists refuse to play that game. They don't upgrade to impress strangers. They upgrade only when something truly improves their quality of life, not their image, their life. There's a massive difference between looking rich and being financially free. Most people never learn that. So they spend years buying signals of success instead of building actual security. The luxury car, the designer clothes, the expensive watch, the high-status apartment. From the outside, it looks impressive. But behind the scenes, many of these people are stressed every single month trying to maintain the image. That's the dark side of modern consumer culture. People are spending money they haven't earned yet to impress people they don't even know. Financially stable people move differently. They care less about appearing successful and more about creating options. Because real wealth is not about attention. It's about flexibility. Can you leave a toxic job? Can you survive 6 months without panic? Can you take time off to focus on your health? Can you invest consistently even during hard times? That's wealth. Not the car, not the logo, not the lifestyle performance. And ironically, the people who are truly financially secure usually look surprisingly normal. Quiet clothes, simple routine, low drama, low ego. But behind that simplicity, there's real power, emergency savings, investments, compound growth, cash flow, peace of mind. Because once you stop trying to signal wealth, you finally have the ability to build it. Most people never feel financially secure. Not because they earn too little, but because enough keeps moving. A bigger house, a newer car, a more expensive lifestyle. And suddenly, more income creates more pressure. Minimalists avoid this trap. They decide what enough looks like early. What kind of home is enough? What kind of life is enough? What level of comfort truly makes them happy? And once they define that, everything changes. Extra income stops funding lifestyle inflation and starts building wealth instead. More investing, more savings, more freedom. Because real wealth is not about endlessly upgrading your life, it's about reaching the point where you no longer need to. And honestly, the moment you stop trying to impress people, the money starts losing control over your life. At the end of the day, financial stability is not about looking rich. It's about waking up without fear, without constant pressure, without needing more and more just to feel okay. The people who build real wealth quietly usually learn one thing: early freedom grows when unnecessary spending shrinks. So now I'm curious, what's one thing you could stop buying that would instantly make your life simpler? Drop it in the comments. And if this video changed the way you think about money even a little, make sure you subscribe. Because here, we don't chase hype. We build real wealth the smart way.